Shalom, family. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Peace and blessings, family. Shalom. Welcome to another edition of Maccabees TV. It's your brother, Priest Daniel Alliance of Israel, Maccabees Alliance Council. Come to spend the afternoon with you, brothers and sisters, because we have a very, very important topic that we need to discuss today, man. You know, we have a very important topic we need to discuss, and I got some good brothers on the phone, or I should say on the live stream with me right now, that are here to discuss a very, very important and relevant topic in our community. I need y'all to come on in, man. Let's go, man. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We live. Just give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to share this on social media. Okay, let's see who we have in the building. Chocolate City Girl, shalom to you. Let's see. Royal Prince, first in the house, shalom to you. Jeremiah Judkins, shalom to you. William Silver, shalom to you. Heart of Alliance, shalom to you. Pip King, shalom to you. Darash Amath, shalom to you. Shalom to everybody that's watching on Facebook also. In the Maccabees TV group in Facebook. Shalom, welcome to another edition of Maccabees TV. You brothers and sisters see the title of the video. The title of the video is we're doing an update today with statistics, with numbers, concerning all these missing Israelite women and children. If you're on social media, you're on Facebook, you're constantly seeing the posts. The mainstream media is not talking about this stuff. It's not talking about it at all. So we have to use our media and our platform to talk about this very, very, very important and relevant subject. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring my guests on the show right now. All right, so give me a second. Let me go ahead and bring everybody in. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, brothers and sisters. So y'all can see, man, we got a full house. I got a full panel on the line with me today. All right, so I'm going to start off from right. I'm going to start off from the from going all the way to the right across the screen. All right, so the first person I have is Brother Bam. The brother Bam is on the phone with me, a good brother. Okay. Of course, you already know my brother Jeremiah. Please say the Yah when you say his name. Please say the Yah. If you don't say the Yah, he's gonna be mad. Of course, we have a brother that I consider to be one of my elders, and that's Elder Nathaniel. I mean, this brother is a veteran of Israel, a good brother, an approved brother. When I came into this truth, man, this brother was over a camp already, the camp of Mount Zion. When we was at One West, Nathaniel was one of the generals of the Mount Zion camp. And his brother's a good brother, enduring and continue to do the word. And the brother is halfway across the world in Turkey right now, over there in the Middle East, pushing the word. That's Elder Nathaniel. All right. So we have these brothers on, and these brothers contacted me and told me they wanted to do a topic concerning the missing black women and children, Israelite women and children. You know that Israelites have a bad name. I don't think it's just. In some cases it is, but I don't think it's just that we hate our women. We don't hate our women. We love our women. These brothers love our women so much that they reached out to me and asked me to go ahead and do this topic. So what I'm going to do without further ado is I'm going to go across and I'm going to have each brother introduce themselves really quickly and give you a brief background about themselves, say something about themselves, and then we're going to get right into our topic. So we'll start off with Brother Bam. Brother Bam, introduce yourself to the people. And listen, before you go, Bam, if you in my house and you didn't hit the like button, man, you off. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, family. All right, let's go. Brother Bam, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Khan, shalom, shalom, shalom to the family. Shalom, Yasharahla. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh King Yahwahshi HaMashiac. I'm your brother Laz. I have a camp here in Florida. We call it Nation of the Kings and Priests. We part of the Maccabees Alliance Council. We also part of the Banya Yasharala under Marshara Yasharhala councils as well, under Elder Judge Nathaniel and Elder Parazah. I hold the office of the House of Israel for Banya Yasharahla. Very, very excited to bring this topic, this news to you, because these are things that are not being discussed in detail, not only in detail, but also what to do to prevent these things. So with that, I'm going to pass it to my brother Jeremiah so he could introduce himself. And shalom to the family.
Come, man. As the brother said, man, we want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh HaMashiac Yahwahshi, which is the Most High and His Son. We're coming together in a sincere topic today. For those that don't know, my name is Jeremiah. Please say the Yah, the House of the Redeemed Servant, located at Oklahoma City. I'm also an officer and elder in the Marshara Yasharhala of the Office of Accountability. And I'm here, man. All praise and glory.
Shalom, shalom. This is brother Nathaniel Allah. I'm with Banya Yasharahla, Marshara Yasharhala. For clarification, to clarify, brother Jeremiah, please say the Yah. He's with the Department of Accountability, which falls under the Marshara Yasharahla, Banya Yasharahla structure and order. So what we're trying to do is organize our people as a nation, as the scriptures say in Zephaniah 2:1. The department that I work over is Torah and law enforcement, along with Gates Council, along with House of Israel and diplomacy. So it's these different councils that we're trying to micromanage our people to give out information and to give the protocol and structure how we can move forward as a nation. So that kind of segues into why we have the summits, because when we have the summits, it's for all camps, all schools, all Knesses, all communities to come to the door and put their micromanaged organization on the shelf, but then come in as a body of people as we have been called by the Heavenly Father. And this is a very, very, very important topic. Shout out to Priest Danya Allah for spearheading this movement. And we're trying to demonstrate to you, brothers and sisters, the family that are coming on board here on the internet, is that we have a power in communication. And this is that power to communicate and to direct and to give information to how we can deal with these problems and situations within our community. And this main topic will be underreported by mainstream media. But this is our media, brothers and sisters. So no underreported topic by mainstream will not be covered, but will be covered by this medium that we have here today. So with that being said, I'll pass it back to Daniela, who will go first as far as giving an introduction to what we're dealing with.
All right. So all praises, man, for these brothers, man. These brothers, like I said, have a great concern for our nation, and these brothers are trying to establish things within the nation to bring some type of order and structure to the nation of Israel. And they're doing a great job. So I want to commend each and every one of these brothers for all the hard works that they're doing. So what I want to say is that the brother Bam from Nations of Kings and Priests, he was the one that originally reached out to me, and the Most High laid this topic on his heart to speak about what's going on with our women. We see all the posts on social media, et cetera, right? Some of us just, share the memes or share the pictures, but we really don't have the facts or the information to really know exactly what's going on with our people. And we also don't have a strategy as a people of what we need to do to try to curtail, all these missing women and children that are, happening so often. So the Most High laid it on the brother's heart. So what I want to do is I want to start off with Brother Bam, and he can kind of lay the framework for the conversation that we want to have today. And basically, as Nathaniel and Jeremiah, as the Most High moves you, you brothers can chime in, and I'm going to kind of fall back and I'll just go with the flow as well. So Bam, the floor is yours.
Khan. So once again, the water Yahwahshi for this opportunity. And family, this is something that, we don't have resources. We don't have the right information, the proper information. We don't have preventive measures. So these are things that we all have families, right? We all have wives, we have sisters, we have cousins. Until it happens to one of us, we don't necessarily know what to do. Additionally, a lot of our family members who this does happen to, they don't have the proper resources to allow them to actually find, and where do they go to actually find a missing family member. So all of this affects a nation. This is not something that affects somebody else. This is affecting, and it's targeting our women and children. So what we're going to be presenting to you today, Yasharahla, is not only statistically, but also what's preventive measures that we could take as a nation to help us and to actually be protective of our families. Nowadays, we have a lot of social medias. We have a lot of open areas where whether it's travel, whether it's public transportation, these are things that leave us open, and leave our families and our women and children unsafe. So what you're going to be presented today is actually us giving you information to help you and apply preventative measures to actually prevent certain things from happening. Our women and children are a target. So this is something that we're going to be presented to you today. So before I actually start with the presentation, brothers, anything to add? Elder, anything to add before we start with the sharing the screen and the presentation?
Okay. Yah, let's please say to Yah, if you don't mind, if you have something you want to add at this time. Audio.
Yeah, I'm just really going in. Yeah, all praise and glory, man. I do want to add something. I want to start this thing off with a couple of scriptures real quick, man. I want to go into Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. All right. And it reads, and whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of a Mashiach Yahwahshi, given through water to the Elohim, to the Abanawa Yahweh, Baal Shema Mashiach Yahawashi. So we're going to do all things in the name of our Savior, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. But we're going to call him by his Hebrew name, which is a Mashiach Yahawashi. We're going to give all credence unto him. We're commanded as a nation to bring forth a certain level of protection. So I want to go into the Apocrypha, chapter 38, from Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter Salakia 36, and it says, he that getteth a wife, Ecclesiastes 36, verse 24. Right, verse 24. Ecclesiasticus 36, verse 24. He that getteth a wife begetteth a possession, and a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. So our women and our sisters and our children are a possession that is given to the man, which is the man's right and duty to protect his wife and his children, man. Right? That's our duty as men, right? And we're supposed to be setting up a certain level of protection for all the women in the nation of Israel. So, contrary to popular belief, as Elder Daniel Allah was saying earlier, we love our women, man. We love our women. We love our children. As men, it's our duty to protect them. What else the scripture says here in verse 25? Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. So what is a hedge, brothers and sisters? A hedge is a border of protection. And that's what we're here to sound the trumpet on today, is that we want to create that border protection. And we as men have to work together, no matter what camp, assembly, affiliation that you are with. If we contact you or anybody contacts you or something is going on in your city and you have a camp of 4, 5, 6, 10 men, and whether these people are in the truth or not, it's our duty, right, to create that level of awareness and present ourselves as what? Servants to the nation. So we can make a positive impact on our community. Whether you understand it, believe it or not, if 10 men show up to a house, to a family that has a sibling or a child that is missing, and you say, hey, we're here to actually help, whether it be putting out flyers, whether it be walking the streets, in whatever capacity that we can help, that will be a benefit in our communities. And we have to take that in consideration when we're thinking about ourselves as a nation. You understand? This is not about breaking laws. This is not about harming anyone. This is about us standing up as men, right, and trying to make a positive impact in our community, man. All right, it's left up to us. And also our sisters, right? Our sisters and the children are going to have to change their minds on how they operate in the communities, right? How do they operate when they select to go out to the stores, when they select to go out to Walmart, when they select to go out and get gas? You're going to have to start changing your mind on how you're operating as a single woman or as an individual woman going out into the community because it's not safe. So once you start to change your mind, and then the brothers are able to come in and help in any capacity that they can help by just checking on some of the single sisters, some of the widows that are in our community, we can make a greater impact. It doesn't matter what school you belong to. These people do not have to be a part of your camp for you to come and help and provide a service to your people, man. Where is that at in the scriptures say they got to be a part of your camp for you to help them? So we want to change that narrative, right? So the scripture says what in verse 25? Where no hedge is, there the possession, which is women and children, are what? Spoiled. And he that has no wife will wander up and down mourning. So it's very important that we make an impact in our community. I yield the floor.
Khan, well spoken, Hawk. Because the micromanagement of our gates. Let's go back some. When we say gates, that means city, where you reside at. Okay, north, south, east, or west, or somewhere in between, in the middle. So where your gate is your first primary duty as a man to your community. Okay, now that should involve your fellowship. I would encourage brothers and sisters that if you're not with a fellowship, you need to get with one that is to your suiting. I'm not telling you where to go. I'm just saying you need to be in a like body of same believers that believe in Yahwahshi HaMashiac, that believe in the Torah, and want to do things according to scriptures. Okay, that's your first step. Your second step, as men within your community, you need to know your community. Okay, you need to know who dwell within your neighbor. Okay, the scripture says in Luke the 10th chapter, Yahweh said, "Who is my neighbor?" Okay, a neighbor is somebody that looks out for you. A neighbor is somebody that got your back. A neighbor is somebody that go out and beyond the call of duty if duty calls for it. Okay, but what has happened over the years, our emotions have been eroded by outside influence that have made us turn our anxiety and our anger towards each other. We have to reverse that. Okay, you go through stuff, I go through stuff, Priest Daniela goes through stuff, Jeremiah has dealing with stuff. We all dealing with stuff from external forces. We should not allow these external forces to reverse that animosity from where it should be directed to, and what we have now is being directed towards each other. You know, the spirit of apathy has to erode from us, has to leave. Okay, like I don't know that person. You might know that person. Okay, our families were destroyed during slavery. our brothers and sisters were sold to different plantations. So in actuality, the person that you might be laying with, or the stranger that you might be passing in the scriptures, might be very well your actual brother, your actual kin. I yield the floor.
Khan. So what I wanted to do right now, family, is go ahead and share my screen and start the presentation. And what we're going to be doing is, let's see. Okay, Khan. There we go. Can y'all see the screen?
Not yet. Yeah, we see it now.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Khan.
Okay, Khan. Make this. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to go to what you're going to be presented today, family, is awareness and prevention measures, right? So the first slide we're going to talk about is actual numbers. Now, I was able to gather these numbers, and it was very difficult for a few reasons. One of the reasons is a lot of the ways that Babylon marks us is incorrect. A lot of the resources that are used to track the missing women and children are either null and void or don't even exist. When I was doing some of this research, especially in the Native American communities, right? They are literally keeping up the numbers themselves, meaning women and children missing numbers are not even going through the police that are out there policing our brothers and sisters. Okay, meaning there are numbers that are not even counted here. Okay, additionally, Hispanic and Latinos are not posed as a race in the United States. So they fall in one or two categories, the African American category or the white category. So there's either one or two that they fall into. So it was very tricky grabbing these numbers. However, I was able to grab it from a few resources that I'm going to share with you at the end of the presentation. 75,000 Black women, 56,000 Native and Hispanic, and 23,000 accounted in 2018.
Hold up, you got to get those numbers again.
I was gonna 75,000 Black women, 56,000 Native and Hispanic women, 23,000 children. All right.
I just wanted to add, this is underreported. Okay, that's not the real numbers. Okay, that's underreported, and that's not counting these different agencies like the CPS, Children Protection Services, or the Catholic foster care system that have lost thousands of children. Continue, my brother.
It is staggering, family. It's staggering. As you can see, our women and children are being targeted. All right. Now, real quick, I want to bring out description. I know a lot, we know it very well, but I definitely want to, as a curse, our people were put on this curse. This is Deuteronomy 28, and this is chapter 50. A nation of fierce continents, which shall not regard the person of old, no show favor to the young. Now, what is the best way as a devil to destroy a culture and a nation? You take the elders which passed on our history, and you destroy the young that learned from the elders.
Right.
So you literally destroy the future and the past in one generation. Where a lot of brothers and sisters seen the movie Malcolm X. In the movie Malcolm X, he said in the beginning, if y'all haven't seen it, y'all got to see it. when I'll be on the streets, I ask brothers and sisters, they see it. Sometimes they don't. It's a beautiful movie about the brother's life. The right spirit, wrong doctrine, but that's a whole other thing. But the brother said, when my father was in the house, we had order. The natural order of the Most High God is the Most High God, his son, the man, the woman, and the children. That is the systematic natural order. Brothers and sisters, we are being targeted. Salak.
Yeah, I was just saying, that's 1 Corinthians chapter 11.
1 Corinthians chapter 11. We are being the natural order of the Most High is being systematically targeted. So you take the women and children out, guess what happens? The home is destroyed. So
I might add, his think tanks analyzed the situation of the 60s when we had the civil rights movement. Men and women were joined together in the fight and struggle for civil rights. He stepped back and looked at that and said, well, we have a problem here. What do we need to do? He saw what the problem was, the man being the head of his family. So what did he do? He eroded the black man's position as far as getting jobs, which resulted into him having to return to crime, and then gave him extended prison terms, and then left the women by themselves, and then introduced the welfare system.
Right.
All right. And made a stipulation that in order to receive welfare, no man could be in your house. Okay. Which has been reversed in later years, but the damage has been done for 2 or 3 generations. You took the man out the house, took his authority out the house, and left the woman to fend for herself, with you being the money or the bank for her. Continue,
Khan. Next slide. Challenges of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native families face when a family member or child goes missing. So these are just some quick bullet points, but just to give you one idea. And again, in my research and investigations, the first bullet point, the missing minorities are initially classified as runaways due to environment and or financial status, hence a 2 or 3 week delay in Amber Alert notifications. So what is that saying? That's basically saying there's a strong delay when it comes to our women or children being missing. So it's up to the families to actually go through and pressuring the police to actually do any work. I mean, you could look it up on YouTube. When you hear the families that are interviewed, they'll tell you, we're not getting any help. No one's helping us. Can you feel the type of hopelessness that you go through when you have nowhere to turn, right? Now, Limitations 4 and 17 says, as for us, our eyes have failed for our vain help. In our watching, we watched a nation that could not save us. We still are going to that nation instead of going to our own people to help us. Okay. Second bullet point.
In layman's terms, the buck starts with us.
That's right.
That's the bottom line. The enemy has no desire to help us. If they do, it's superficial. If it was that great of a help, we wouldn't be discussing these type of numbers of our women and children that within this system here in America and abroad. All right, continue.
Biased media coverage in comparison to white women and children. Let's keep it straight, family. Priest Daniel Allah was bringing out one earlier about a white child going missing in the 1980s, where they were getting everything from CNN to they were on the daily news, nightly news, But then when an actual, one of our people go missing, you get no coverage. So I have a little example. And this is actually I picked up from the paper in New York. So I'm gonna read it right quick of how the example of the media biased is. And this is in 2003, a 21-year-old black woman, Ramona Moore, disappeared in Brooklyn, New York. At the same time, Shimona Arvone, a white rare books dealer, went missing in the Upper East Side. Moore's mother sued the city, claiming the police barely looked for her daughter. In contrast, she said the police launched an immediate all-out search for Arnove. Arnove was all over the news, and Moore was only in the news after her mother filed a lawsuit. You see that? The only way that they were even going to give it any type of attention was when they were filing lawsuits. That's why, and Jeremiah, Baba Kushak King, go ahead and please say that recommendation for all camps. We got all camps in every city. This again, family, this is not a camp issue. This is a nation issue.
Right.
Nation.
So Baba Kasha, Jeremiah, please, you gave that recommendation, so I would like for you to please bring that out.
Tell me again, the recommendation.
Boots on the ground.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we have brothers in every city, in mostly every city, and for those who are not operating, you have to position yourself with brothers of like minds. You understand there has a actual care for their people. One thing I noticed with this within the last year or two, there's been basically an attack on women in these particular salons. You understand? And I seen some brothers, and I'm not sure if they was Israelites or not. We know them as Israelites, but they're brothers who had came together to confront some of these store owners. So these are the type of activities that we need to be more proactive with, as the brother said, boots on the ground. So if I'm hearing something here in Oklahoma City that's going on in Florida, I say, okay, well, I know somebody in Florida. Let me call Bam and see what's going on, so he can reach out to his contacts that's in the city if it's not in his actual city. And I'm sure the brother will be willing to travel to get anywhere in Florida where there's an incident and start organizing. This is what we have to do as a community. This is what we have to do as men. This is what we have to do to become more proactive and actually make an impact, right, in our community, man, right? Because they say that we don't care. They say that we turn our heads to issues. This is not a religious issue. This is a nation-building issue. This is community activism at its finest, and we need to become more organized as a people and put down these frivolous things that we tend to argue about, and start reaching out to our brothers in whatever walk of life that he might be in.
Hey, Jeremiah, can I jump in 1 second? I really want you to continue, but
the power of communication is being demonstrated with this broadcast here, but the extra power of communication is how we communicate after the broadcast.
Right.
Beyond this live video, okay? When you actually are dealing with people within your community, okay? Brothers, sisters within your community, because that's where the impact can be felt. Organizing, okay? Organizing and being aware, okay? Within the gates. Okay, that's the purpose of the gates, to organize the camps, to organize within their community, to take a proactive solution to this problem. All right, I just want to say this: if you see something, do something. All right.
Can y'all brothers hear me?
Just put it in quotations. If you see something, do something. Okay, we're not suggesting to break any laws. So let me put that out. Let me put that disclaimer out.
Right. Make sure we make it clear. We ain't telling you to get assault rifle and do nothing. Okay.
Right.
Hey, can I jump in 1 second?
But within the rights of being a good Samaritan, within the rights of being a good neighbor. Okay, this is Luke, the 10th chapter. You mind reading that out? Okay, we got 2 scriptures to go out. Which one you want to go first? Okay, this is Leviticus 19, verse 16.
Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among the people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord.
So we can't stand back and see the blood of our neighbor being spilled and not do anything, or put blinders over our eyes, or put blocks over our ears that we don't hear things. And some of us know the streets talk. Okay, they've been talking and they're gonna still talk. But the point is, what are we doing with all this information that we might be hearing? Okay, read that again.
Thou shalt not stand against the blood of thy neighbor.
So we can't just stand back and not do anything against our neighbor whose blood is being spilled by being kidnapped or by being harmed, especially our women, especially our children. All right, they're targeting the weak. So those that say they are strong, we have to take a stand. You can't take a stand just being an individual Israelite just running out haphazardly. You have to take an organized stand with like-minded brothers, okay, and organize the community to take action. All right. Luke, the 10th chapter, and start from verse 33.
But a certain Samaritan woman, as he journeyed, came where he was. And when he saw him, he had compassion on him and went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring in oil and wine.
Now, when you go up, starting from verse 25, a certain person was traveling and he got ambushed by some thieves. Okay, they beat him up, stole whatever he had, and left him for dead. And people passed by him and not did anything towards him, just left him lying there in pain and in suffering. So this certain Samaritan came and saw this individual who was hurt and injured and took action. And that's what we're saying here tonight. We have to take action as a people, because if we don't take the action, the problem will not get solved or be reduced by any means or necessary. Okay. Okay, I yield.
Yes, thank you. Can I be heard? Can y'all hear me for a second?
Con.
All right, I want to take a moment before I give it back to the brother Bam. I want to say this to some of you.
What you were saying, Eliezer, Bam.
Yeah, 1 second. Slakia, Nathaniel, 1 second. Y'all can hear me, right?
Con.
All right.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, listen. I want to talk to some of you brothers that are in the comment section, right? This video is not about black women that call the police on black men. This video is not about that. This video is not about the divide between black men and black women in the court system. This is not about that, brothers. Some of y'all brothers, huh? I didn't hear you.
Con, go ahead, Daniela.
Yeah, I'm saying that this is not about that. And some of the comments that I'm seeing, some of you brothers are bringing arguments
not coming through
that have nothing to do with what we're talking about. So I need for you brothers, man, to stay focused in the comment section.
Can everybody hear me?
We can hear you, Nathaniel. You fine? I don't think he can hear us.
Daniela, we're not hearing you. No audio.
Jeremiah, you can hear me, right?
Con, you coming out clear. I think it's on.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to yield. I just want
right.
to say that, like, I'm looking at the comments, and some of the brothers in the chat is distracted, and they're bringing arguments. Listen, we know that a lot of our women,
but I'm not hearing him. Are you hearing him?
Yeah, a lot of our women are. We know a lot of our sisters are off. We know a lot of our sisters are off.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Our job as leaders and elders, that we have to care about our people and have compassion on our people, even if they don't want it. Yahweh had that on us, and I'm gonna yield with that. Go ahead, Bam.
Yeah, real quick, ma'am. Real quick. Elder Nathaniel, can you hear me?
Cut. Loud and clear.
Okay, could you couldn't hear Elder Daniela?
No.
Okay. Well, he stopped speaking now, but I can hear him loud and clear, and I can hear you. So I just want to let you know you can be heard.
Okay, Khan.
All right, go ahead, Baron. Fuck you.
Okay, Con. So yeah, family, like we were saying, you know, it's a this is a systematic concentration on our women and children. What I mean by that is there are certain things in place that are attacking our women and children, abducting them, killing them, putting them in things that, you know, we're actually that are affecting them. And you know what? No one's helping. That's why we're doing this. The third bullet point is data collection. This is gathered outside of law enforcement. So a lot of this information, a lot of this gathering is done by the people that lives were affected by this. In the book of Psalms, the 94th chapter, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna get it. Let me get it right quick. So in the book of Psalms 94 and 16, it reads, "Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?" This is an evil thing that's happening to our families. This is something that we could do as a nation to help. It's not about just, you know, sitting back and saying, well, we cursed and they know. Nah, man, who's going to rise up? Is it going to be you? Who is it? Why isn't this being spoken about? You know, a lot of us are contributing because we ain't doing nothing. A brother the other day post, you know, it's again, you know, we do encourage the post on social media, but at the end of the day, that's only so much we could do. The law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God allows us and tells us how to live, teaches us that we have to love each other, how to be fathers, how to be husbands, and it starts with the man. And he ain't the one that's going to sit back and like the elder was bringing out, that blood that's shed for our neighbors. What are we going to do then? So again, a lot of this data is gathered by outside resources from the law enforcement. All right. One of the examples is, and I use this as an example, the Navajo Nation. The Navajo Nation, they consist of 4 states, 27,000 square feet. The Navajo Police Department have to cover. They have about 70 square miles per police officer and under 1,000 police officers. That's a staggering number. Meaning well, first and foremost, if once you start realizing they can't actually arrest anybody without the federal government. The federal government tells them what to do. Even though they're quote unquote policing themselves, they can only do so much. So our Gadite brothers and sisters have minimal resources, even though they're quote unquote policing themselves. So this is a bigger issue. Someone needs to step up. Okay. Lack of resources for families. We're going to provide these at the end of the slide. I'm going to move on. So how and the reasons why they are missing. So these are a few examples, family, that are the culprits of them being abducted. Sex trafficking. And now I'm located in Florida. We just had a Christian pastor, okay, and we hear this in the news all the time. This is why y'all say us Israelites are crazy when we out in the streets saying that the Christian churches are a bad thing for our people. But up here in Florida, you had a quote unquote bishop, Christian bishop, get arrested for multiple counts of pornography, child pornography, and raping children. You had 3 brothers in Ohio. Now, these are our people in Ohio get arrested. They had a Christian church that were posing as pastors, but they also had a child sex ring in Ohio. Okay. That's what they use in the Christian churches. That's why we expose them all the time, because Christian churches are no good for our nation. Okay. The other bullet point is August harvesting. Yes, family, this is still going on. In the black market, and I just gave an example here. In the black market, in all black markets, people are willing to pay a higher price for transplants that are done illegally. Meaning it doesn't go through the system, right? It goes through an illegal system. So they'll pay double, man. Right? Despite the increased risk involved with explicit transplants, most people who are in the market for new organs are desperate and faced with very real prospect of dying before moving to the top donor list. This enables top sellers of the transplants. So where do you think they're getting these organs from? That's right. Your women and children, whether it's the liver, melanin. And this is going on, family. Anything to add, brothers, on August harvesting and sex trafficking?
Well, not too long ago, up in Detroit, Michigan, you had so-called rabbis that were busted in an illegal organ trafficking operation, okay? Hiding under the cloak of being a so-called rabbi, all right? Organ harvesting has been going on for years. I mean, Hollywood has made countless movies about organ harvesting, all right? So it's real. And the commodity to this organ harvesting is our women and our children and our men also, okay? Right. Over in Africa, you have Kenya, the Chinese coming in and killing people and harvesting their organs, as well as Africans that are over working in China, illegally being detained and then killed for their organs. So this is a worldwide epidemic of biblical proportions, all right? And I'm not even going to talk about the whole adrenochrome. For those that are aware of adrenochrome, for those who are not aware of adrenochrome, basically what that is the terrorizing of young children and babies to the point of hysteria, which allows adrenaline to flow more into their blood, and then the harvesting of their blood to be drunken in satanic rituals. All right, that's real. All right, that's not Hollywood. All right, that's a topic in itself, as well as the organ harvesting is a topic into itself. I yield.
Hey man, real quick, man. Like I gotta address this because this is right on the type of spirit that we're trying to quell within our community, right? And I have to call this guy out, right? So you got this guy in the comment board named Billy Hebrew 215, right? So he posted scripture, Sirach chapter 12, when thou doest good, 12:1, when thou doest good, know to whom thou didst, so shall thou be thanked for thy benefit. Let's make this clear. All right. And then he goes on to say, he's not about helping sinners. So let me get this straight. So Christ only helped people that wasn't sinners. Christ only helped people that he knew. That's ridiculous, man. And that's the type of mindset that we trying to get away from, man.
Right.
You don't give a damn about your people, man. Christ came
he was sent unto the sinners.
Yeah, he was sent to the sinners. What is this guy talking about? You understand? This Sirach chapter 12 is about giving frivolous money to just anybody. That's what it's about. It's about just giving money away. We're talking about activism that's going on in our community so we can become active as men. That's what we're talking about. What is wrong with you people, man? That is I had to point that out, brothers, because that is the type of cancer that we need to get rid of in our community. And it begins in the mind, right? You use scripture to justify you being lazy and not wanting to get out in the community and make a true impact. Actually doing something instead of running your damn mouth on social media, okay? That's the spirit we're trying to get away from. We're trying to actually encourage our brothers to actually become active in their community. What is wrong with that? I just really want to know what is wrong with that. My apologies, man. I yield the floor.
Okay,
hey,
I'm gonna land me back on that. This is James, the 4th chapter, verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
That's right.
Straight up sin. Call it for what it is. It is what it is.
Right.
You know? I mean, it ain't stop you. Look, it ain't stop you from getting out there and getting your grizzle on. So why should it stop you to do some good?
Right.
Because you don't want to. Bottom line is you really don't want to, and you don't give a damn. But that's cool, because that's the cancerous cells that you were talking about, Jeremiah, that has to be cut out from among our people. Okay, women and men. Okay, we don't need this type of spirit. This is why things can't get done, and this is why we're dealing with these staggering numbers as we speak on this call right now. That very spirit. Okay, but you got so much to say. All right.
Right.
The action doesn't just start with us being on this call or being on the internet, Facebook, YouTube, what have you. The real action, as it has always been, is mano a mano in these streets. Okay, so camps need to, get out and get some. I yield.
Khan, on that topic, I'm gonna read one scripture. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 3. And it reads, defraud not the poor and the fatherless.
Right.
Do justice to the afflicted and needy. I'm going to read it again. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy.
What scripture was that out?
This is Psalms 82 and verse 3.
That's right.
So let me just clarify that. It's our duty.
Right.
Okay. It's not a suggestion.
Right.
It is our duty as men. As men, we have to put on many hats. Okay. But the first hat is that of a protector to your women, to your children, to your community. Okay. To the elderly. Okay. That's our first hat. All right. We don't need nobody's permission, but what we need to do is organize to be able to do a better job than what we're doing right now. I yield.
Khan. The second one is, Shalaki, the third bullet point. We've noticed there was a sister, and if y'all didn't see the actual video, the sister ordered a Lyft or Uber Lyft, and the sister was being taken somewhere where it was not her destination. The sister ended up getting out of the van, and she ended up doing the video. She was in shock, while she was doing it. But check this out. So they are using public transportations, to actually do that and kidnap our women, man. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's Uber Lyfts, Greyhounds, taxi services, these type of transportations are being used. Our recommendation, as always, if you have no other choice, but first and foremost, you know, your women should not be using this transportation alone. First and foremost, right? They should not be using it. Now, the sister said in the video that her car broke down, so she had to use it. You know, if you are doing it, I would recommend you actually, you know, giving that information to someone that you are using it, that you email them the information, you're on the phone with someone. I mean, you need to provide yourself preventive measures to allow them to track you. So let's say if my daughter is in a Uber Lyft, she says, "Hey Pops, I'm in an Uber Lyft. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be on the phone with her, or I'm gonna meet her there." You know what I'm saying? So again, just preventative measures. Why? Because we don't want to be sorry. We don't want to be that one. Well, I should have, could have, would have. We don't want to be those brothers, you know. So again, preventative measures on doing that. And the fourth bullet point, and this is a good point, traveling alone to the store. That's a no-no, man. I don't care where you are. I don't care if it's a rural area, man. There's one cashier. You know what I'm saying? No, we shall not allow our women to travel alone, especially with that. Because again, family, understand they are being targeted. I don't care how in order your house looks, they are being targeted. You know?
In other words, they're being watched. Okay. They learn the pattern of movement. Okay. They see vulnerabilities where there's an opportunity to attack, and then they wait and plot and then take action. Okay. And it isn't just one person, it's a conspiracy. You got multiple people, multiple vans, all right, with communication, all right? So we're dealing with an organized threat to our community, all right, that is well-financed, well-funded, okay? And also, let me include this, has police participating in the action in the conspiracy, okay?
Right.
Yeah, it's real, okay? If you got the you got the CPS involved in the conspiracy, you got the Catholic Church involved in the conspiracy, and the foster care system involved in the conspiracy, you best believe the police are also involved in the conspiracy. Okay, this isn't just Hollywood movies, this is real life. I yield.
Yeah, listen, Bam, I got the actual video. I can play it, a little bit of it real quick. What you're referring to. I'll share my screen.
Oh, Khan. Go ahead, King. I'll stop sharing then.
Okay.
Go ahead, King. Don't jump in. Hey, one quick commentary, if I could.
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Khan.
We understand that we are cursed as a nation. We understand that there's things that Yahweh is bringing onto our nation that is going to cause death to our families. We understand.
Hey, sorry to cut you off, King. Could you open the camera up, let the people see you a little bit? All right.
Oh,
yeah, it's all right. Go ahead, bro.
So we want to bring this out. We understand that there are things that are going to happen to our families, that is going to happen to Israel, that are ordained to happen. A lot of our people are going to die and are destined to die. But check this out. How about not being a coward and sitting back and watching things happen? Because you know what? The prophets, the true prophets, actually stood up and did something about it. So
to the best of their ability, they did something.
But you know, I mean, I guess Yahwahshi sat back and didn't do anything. Nah, he did.
Nah, I guess he went into the temple and was giving out milk and cookies.
Khan.
Right.
So what we doing? We ain't trying to stop anything. We understand that there's things that are going to happen as a curse. But you know what? We are the watchmen of Israel. And it's our responsibility to make sure that we can provide some sort of resources for our nation, not sit back and do nothing. I yield the floor. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Yeah, Danielle, if you could bring my share screen in. All right, yeah, here we go.
And I normally don't really be going live like this, but it is early in the morning. I was on my way to work. I dropped my baby girl off at school. My car started acting up. So her dad told me to catch a lift and leave my car there, and he would fix it for me. So I called the lift, got in the car with the lift, noticed that they were taking all these different turns, no major streets, was not following the GPS that they were supposed to be following. So I asked the guy, I said, why are you making all these turns? It's not the way to my job. And he wouldn't answer me. He kept on just driving. So I'm noticing that I'm going down these different sidewalks, these neighborhoods. I'm so nervous. Like, I can't even really talk. So I'm asking the guy, like, why are you turning here? This is not the way to my job. So he kept telling me to be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Like, hold on, I know what I'm doing. So he pulls up behind this other car, like a big truck. I don't even know what it was. So I'm like, just nervous because I'm on the phone the whole time and I wasn't paying attention the whole while that he was making all these turns. So I asked him, why don't you go around this truck? Why you just sitting behind this truck like this? I have to get to work. And then he wouldn't answer me. So a black guy got out of the truck. He had braids in his head and everything. And he started opening the gates to this warehouse or whatever it was and was telling the car that I was in the Lyft driver to back into the warehouse or whatever. So I'm like, what are you doing? You know, like, it's not the way that you're supposed to be going to my job. So I'm telling y'all to be safe. I had to get out the car and run. I was in the Lyft. I have all his information and everything. I was riding in a Lyft car trying to get to work because my car was acting funny. I called the police and everything. I'm still waiting on the police. I'm safe. I'm waiting at a gas station. I'm just saying, be safe so y'all can share this video. I'm in Houston, Texas. I was on Richmond and Dunvale, and it's real out here. You have to be safe. So anybody who's riding in a Lyft or Uber or anything, be careful.
All right. So yeah, I just wanted to share that what you was talking about.
Kind. So, you know, that's a first person victim responding in an attempted kidnapping. Okay. So we're not making this stuff up. Okay. And it's serious, broad daylight. All right. It's not late at night. You know, this is normal business hours. You know, but it wasn't normal what she was going through. I yield.
Right.
Hey, Bam, it's back on you, bro. Bam, you're muted. Bam, you're muted.
You mute.
Yeah.
All right, Con. That's what they're using. You know, that type of resources that they're using. So
can I just jump in for a second? To my brother Apostle for Yahwahshi HaMashiac. Brother, you do realize that we know that the Most High's judgment stands. And none of us are trying to get in the way of the Most High's judgment. So if the Most High deems for somebody, listen, the scriptures say that the issues of death come from the Most High. So if it's somebody's time to be put to death, they're going to be put to death. We're not interfering with that. But at the same time, there's a balance. And what brothers is doing is brothers is giving you the opposite side of the equation, right? Some of these brothers and sisters need this information because some of them it's not their appointed time to die. They don't know how to protect themselves and they don't know what to do and they don't know what's going on. So we as leaders, it's our job to warn our people and to give them this information. We're not trying to step in the way of the Most High's judgment because you keep posting that as though we're trying to stop the Most High's judgment. Whom judgment is set for, it's set. I think everybody on the line is clear on that. But I'm
yeah, listen, man. If that's the case, man, the children of Israel should have never had a military. They should have never had an army. They should have never set up borders and gates around their cities. They should have never done none of those things if we just going to wait on the Most High to do everything. Come on, man. That's just excuses, man.
I mean, let me put it in context. So if somebody's coming up there ready to split your wig, I guess you're gonna let them do it.
Right.
Or somebody's ready to split your wife's wig or your child's wig. You just gonna stand back and let them do it.
Yeah, it's the Most High's will, so it's nothing I can do. It's the Most High's will. It's nothing I can do. Go ahead and rape my wife, kidnap my daughter. Go ahead and do whatever. It's their time to go. That's weak as hell, man.
Yeah, Khan. I'm gonna bring this out.
Definition of a man.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3, and we're gonna do verse 43, and it reads, "And they said one to another, let us restore the decayed estate of our people."
Oh, praise God. Yes.
Meaning they looked at one another and they said, let's get together and let's build and because our people are in a decayed state. They didn't say that, they didn't say let's not do anything. The temple was built because brothers actually, that's why we celebrate Hanukkah. The temple was built because brothers said we're going to take it upon ourselves to do it. The Most High put the spirit on us, not sit back and say let's not do anything.
Can I just let me back on what you said? That goes into the scriptures in the book of Proverbs where it says man's goings is of the Lord. When the Most High moves you or puts a spirit on you to do something like what you're doing as far as talking on this topic, right? The Lord put that spirit on you. The Lord wants this information to go out to our people. That's why the Most High put the spirit on you to call me to do this show. The Lord is in everything. So the Most High is not going to, always tell brothers, the Most High is not going to come off his throne and do nothing. The Most High establishes everything on earth through men. Everything is going to be established through men. And so the Most High is moving you, and the Most High is moving Nathaniel, and the Most High is moving Jeremiah to set things in order in Israel. And when Yahweh come, he's going to set the kingdom up. But when you read that, let me get it real quick. Salakia, brothers, let me get it real quick.
Get it in.
Let me get it in real quick. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 44, right? Real quick. Let me get it in because brothers forget about the scripture. I constantly have to bring it out because brothers seem like they just forget about this scripture. And I don't understand why. Give me 1 second, right? Let me share my screen really quickly. Give me 1 second. Let's not forget what the scripture says, right? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 44. This is what it says. It says, and in the days of those kings shall the Most High set up a kingdom that shall never be destroyed. We're in the days of that last kingdom now. That's America. And the Most High is setting up the kingdom now before Christ comes. And how is the Most High setting the kingdom up before Christ comes? The Most High is putting the spirit to bethink ourselves on us. That's how we came back to being Israelites. Once we realized that we were Israelites, we remember the law, statutes, and commandments that we were commanded to keep. Once we remember the law, statutes, commandments we were commanded to keep, now the Most High put the spirit on us to set this nation up, set ourselves in order according to the laws in the Bible. And when Christ comes, he's going to bring the kingdoms down and put us on top. That's what he's coming for. Christ is coming to pull the nations down and put us on top. We don't have to wait for Christ to come to set ourselves in order. We don't have to do that. That's that spooky stuff that people always say about Israelites. And some of you Israelites got to get out of that spooky spirit. We don't have to wait for Christ to get ourselves in order as men and as women. We don't have to wait for Christ for men to set the nation in order. And that's what these brothers are doing. That's what the Marshara Yasharhala is about. That's what the Maccabees Alliance Council is about. We can set things in order now because we have the laws. Period. I don't understand what brothers understand about that. But I'm going to yield the floor. That's all.
But it's very important. Real quick, Bam, you got to get the next line in that scripture you just brought out. You got to bring that out. Bring it out.
Y'all want me to share again? Let me share it again. Salak here. Go ahead. Let me share it again.
Bam was reading in Maccabees, man.
All right, Khan. Let me see. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 43. I'm going to start from the top. It says, and they said one to another, let us restore the decayed estate of our people, and let us fight. Let us fight for our people and the sanctuary.
Fight our people, man. Let us fight for our people, man.
What is
Come on,
that?
man.
F-I-G-H-T? Fight?
Right.
That's right.
Right.
It didn't say
That's
talk. It didn't say talk.
It said, "Let us fight, elder." That's what it said.
Fight.
Right.
What is
But-
that script?
First Maccabees 3:43.
All right.
So, you know, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi. So I'm gonna continue. I got 2 more slides left, and
Okay.
I'm gonna share with the family. So y'all
I
bear
just wanted
with
to
me
say
here.
this before you go to that.
Come on.
The whole point of why we celebrate Hanukkah is to remember the fight within Judas Maccabees and his sons that stood up and restored the temple. The fight of our people that fought on the Shabbat day, okay, and said that now we ain't gonna sit back and let us get slaughtered on the Shabbat day. That if they attack us on the Shabbat day, the holy day of rededication back to the Heavenly Father, we gonna pull our swords.
That's
what
right.
the scriptures say, cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. Okay?
That's right.
So we have to organize ourselves. That's the point of why we're bringing out all this information. So we can have a plan of action, okay, within our gates, okay? And then if the problem is too big, then you reach out to another gate to join you in this fight.
That's
I
right.
yield.
That's right. Elder. Let's well, what happened to the
You on the second slide now?
I'm gonna pull it up. Salakia. Where is this slide here? Oh, Salakia. Okay. Hold on a second. All right. All right, Khan. So preventative measures to take. All right. So what we do suggest as a nation, you know, I know we like to use social media for everything we do, but take down your locations on your social media. Take down where you're at. I know we use that as a resource, but we need to maybe track that internally. I suggest in some of these, and I understand in some of the in the summits that we have, you know, information and booklets that we share with the family to let us know what brothers and sisters are in certain cities and states. That's a good resource. That's within our nation that we you know, allow ourselves to use. So instead of posting stuff, you know, where y'all going on social media, you know, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw one comment, they watching us. That's right. They are watching us. So they watch. As a matter of fact, coincidentally, the brothers, some of the brothers that I went to camp with yesterday are on the live stream today. They'll attest. We've had, you know, we can't tell if it's a detective or not, but you know, they watching us. They out there and they following us and they watching us. We don't trust the enemy. Scripture says, "Do not trust thy enemies, because as iron he rusteth. As iron rusteth, so was his wickedness." So we cannot trust the measures of our enemies in any way. So do not post on social media. Again, these are suggestions. Brothers and sisters, obviously, you know, the more information, the better. But, you know, if you can, you know, eliminate that portion from social media, eliminate it.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Con.
Yeah. All right. So somebody posted, "Vengeance is the Lord." This is what I be talking about, man. Like, no one is telling. No one is sitting here promoting go take vengeance upon something. What we're talking about is exactly the area that the brother's on right now. Is what? Preventive measures. Preventive measures. Making our people aware. All right, because as soon as the brother get done, I'm going to go in on this whole independent woman spirit, and I want to talk about this because all that's going out the window. Right. All right, the Most High have a plan, and that's what? To bring families back together. all it on independent to the left, all that's dead. All right. We need each other. Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired, man. Right? Before the decree, that means now. That means now. So we have to come together, learn how to love one another, be compassionate to our neighbors, as the elder was speaking on earlier, man. So this ain't about, a certain sister got something happened to her. Now we're gonna round the troops up and go take vengeance out on somebody. What y'all think we're stupid or something? That's exactly what the enemy wants us to be on here promoting, and we're not. Our trust is in the Most High.
That's right.
But that doesn't prevent us from creating preventive measures. Stop sending your wife to the store at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night by herself. Okay. Stop letting your children stay outside after it's dark. Okay. When I was a child growing up, when the street light came on, that's when it was time to come in the house.
Right. That's right.
And we've lost that. We've lost that. And so what we're saying is we want to bring those preventive measures back. Right? When you go somewhere, park where it's lit, where it's light. Stop parking in the dark. We got to tell you these basic things all over again because you're not doing it anymore and it's not being promoted anymore. These are things that was normalized in families, but it's not normal anymore because we got this damn millennial generation that don't know nothing about that.
That's right.
It wasn't brought up in that. It wasn't brought up in a family structure. Yeah,
they trusted in this system, man. Right? And this system is failing us, and we're bringing evidence that the system is failing us. 911. Notice the sister, the video we played. She said, "I'm still waiting for the cops to show up."
Right.
She doing a damn 15-minute video, and cops ain't nowhere in sight. You understand? But if the sister would have had preventive measures, been on the phone with somebody, hey, listen, I'm going to be in the car. It shouldn't take me no longer than 15 minutes to get to my location. I'm going to call you right when I get there, or just stay on the phone with me, as the brother was saying. What is that? Preventive measures. We have to start doing these things and stop trusting in this system that you're so trusting in, man. Wake the hell up, Negroes. I yield.
Con. And to be aware of your surroundings. I witnessed myself. When you sisters get on your phones or in your texting while walking, you kind of lose track of where you're at and where you're going, you know?
With your face in your phone while somebody's plotting to snatch you up.
Right. With both hands engaged. So if you wanted to throw a one piece or maybe a two piece, you can't do it. You got your hands all tied up.
Right.
You know, start using your Bluetooth and communicate that way so you keep your hands free. You know, have your mace, you know, have your keys, you know what I'm saying? And be aware of your surroundings. You know, that's first and foremost, because the enemy ain't gonna wait till you're ready. He gonna wait till when you're not ready. That's when he gonna pounce on you. He'll never wait till you are ready. He gonna wait till you're inconvenient, you caught up in a tight situation, you got a whole bunch of bags, you're in a tight space. That's when he gonna show up. Let me help you. I yield.
Con. So next one is, don't allow your children under 20 to have social media accounts. You know, that obviously that I'm suggesting, brothers and sisters, it's not, you know, if you know, there are parental measures that you could take in social media, but you know, to eliminate it, you don't allow them to. When and if ordering public transportation, you know, message family or trusted friends when you are going, including times. So if they know like you need to be at a certain point at a certain time and you're not there at that time, they know so they can get on it quickly. All right.
Good.
And here's one too, right? And we read this all the time in the scriptures when we are on the streets and sisters are showing it all, right?
Good.
Which is modest dress and look. This is why y'all get on Israelites, right? When we say y'all need to get out of them, you know, get out of, you know, start being modest in what y'all wear. Straight up. Y'all get on us and y'all hate y'all women. Y'all don't let them do what they want to do. The Most High God says for them to dress modestly. Why? Because they are a target.
Con, I just want to say this. The Most High don't let us do what we want to do. So what makes you think we're going to let you do what you want to do? We also
Right.
have to be in order. I don't get that. You know, that's rebellion. Okay? And rebellion puts you in harm's way. That's the point. You know, modest apparel. All right? Modest apparel, because we're dealing, listen, we traverse back and forth daily through a spiritual minefield. You don't know who you passing by on these streets. You got serial killers, you got serial rapists, you got pedophilia out here, you got faggots, lesbians, transvestites. These are demons being controlled by Satan, Hashatan, and they looking for a victim. Okay, they looking for a victim. I yield.
Con. So this is my last slide, family. I appreciate the time, the attentive. There are links and resources for families. A lot of these are dedicated to Black families. There is an organization called Black Missing Women and Children, and that also helps natives and also Latinos as well. Because like we brought out earlier, the example of media biased, you know, it could go 2 or 3 weeks that, you know, we don't even get Amber Alerts, man. So we provide resources as well that can give y'all immediate Amber Alerts, right? Missing women and children hotlines, all right? Runaways. These are things that we need as a people. And like the brother brought out earlier, you may have a camp in your city. Elders, captains, all right, bishops, y'all are responsible for the flock. In the book of Psalms, it says that a shepherd attends to his sheep, right? So for those, you got to attend for your sheep. What do you do if someone goes missing? What resources do y'all have? Y'all got the feet on the street, right? So with that, I yield. And the water, y'all brothers go in. Let me know if y'all got anything.
Yeah, Con.
All right. What I want to do, right? I had a if everybody could go around real quick, just give me about 2 minutes, right? Elder Nathaniel, if you want to add anything, Jeremiah, if you want to add anything, and I'm gonna bring in. I have a sister that actually reached out to me, and she wants to say a few words on this live stream if she could. So I'm gonna give her a call and bring her in. So if y'all brothers could just hold me down for 1 second while I bring her in, okay? Just be right back. 1 second.
Yeah, man. So you know these things are important, man. I'm getting people are messaging me right now as they're watching on how important this topic is, and how it needs to be talked about, and how and brothers, no matter what camp you from, what organization you from, man, if we catch wind of anything that's going on in your city, man, we're gonna be calling you, man. And I pray that we are received well, because this ain't about taking over your camp. This ain't about demonizing you. This ain't about no debate. This ain't about none of that. This is about creating that hedge, as it speaks of in Sirach, man, chapter 36, for our family and our community, man, right? And trying to be more active in the community. That's what this is about. That's what it's pain, trauma, and trouble forces us to come together. That's what this is about.
Con.
Figuring out ways how we can come together. And you know, I pray everybody just have the right spirit, because this is just the beginning. We're not the type of men that just talk, right? So we're gonna be calling you.
Right.
We're going to be calling you.
Con.
We're going to be active. We're going to travel. We're going to come to your cities. We're going to try to figure out ways to make an impact. At the end of the day, we know what Paul did. We know what HaMashiach Yahwahshi did. We know what the prophets did. We know what Moses did. But what are you doing today in your community and in your day and time to make an impact? And if you're not doing anything, you're doing a disservice, man.
Right.
All right, brothers. So I have a sister on the line. She wants to say a few words to you brothers about this particular topic. She's very happy that you brothers chose to do this topic. So sister, go ahead, state your name. Y'all can hear me, right, brothers? Y'all can hear me?
Con.
Yeah.
Con.
So sister, go ahead, state your name and go ahead and say what you have to say.
Hi. Shalom. My name is Perlina, and I just want to discuss something that I think is very important. I hope you guys can hear me.
Con.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Shalom.
Okay, so I know we're talking about missing women and children, and I'm speaking from a victim standpoint. So what, I came in a little bit late, so I don't know if you guys discussed this yet, but we need to discuss why some of our children are missing. And I'm speaking from a victim standpoint here. I'm just going to give you I'm not going to stay long, but I'm going to give you a little bit of background. My dad passed away when I was very young. And right after he passed away, my life just went downhill from there. And I began to get molested in the home. And so as a result of the abuse, I ran away from home. So I met a lot of children who went through the same situation, like I went through. And so what I want to point out today is that the reason for a lot of children that are missing is because they ran away from home, because the home is not safe for a lot of these children. I just want to really point that out. We need to address that in this live, that in the outside, sometimes the enemy is right in the home. You have children, both boys and girls, that are being molested in the home by both men and women, stepfathers and step-parents, or brothers and sisters, and different things, different people. So I just want to point this out, that we need to address this as well. These are some of the reasons why our children are going missing, because they're not safe in the home. I just wanted to say that.
Sister, thank you very much for your courage and bringing that out. We did briefly speak about that, about the order of the home and how important it is for the order to be in the home, and how significant that is for the children, and how it affects the children. So, and these are things that, as Israelite men, when we read about the Bible, we talk about, brothers coming back to who they are and their nationality. But at the same time, we also need to discuss how we become and get our homes back in order. And when we mean get our houses back in order, we mean a good structure for our families. And it's hard sometimes because we're the evil ones. We're in society, the Israelites, or what they call us, the quote unquote Black Hebrew Israelites, as evil men, when in reality we're just trying to bring our homes back in order so that we're able to serve God the right way. And absolutely, sister, these are things that we need to be discussing also in the homes, that we need to come back. That's why we preach the laws. We preach coming back to the Most High God, so that we can put our houses back in order. And that structure ultimately also affects the children. So again, I applaud you, sister, for your courage in bringing that out. That is a very good point, and that's something that we do need to discuss. This is not a one topic and hit it. We're going to continue this topic. Elders in every camp, we definitely going to start discussing that, and in every school and congregation as well. So again, Tawada, sister, for your courage for bringing that out. I don't know if any brothers or elder wanna chime in.
Yeah, let me land me back on what the brother's saying, and you know, may the Most High be with you and bring you peace of mind and heart, and restore you, and keep you under that protective hedge that we all are seeking for. But see, this right here is why. And let make this clear. No one is saying any assembly is perfect, or any camp is perfect, or there's nothing that goes on in camps that shouldn't go on. We all as a people are collectively coming back to the fullness of ourselves. But one thing I can say about camps and assemblies is that isolation is the you know, it's the place where these type of things can manifest without supervision. And one thing about camps and assemblies is that you should be checking on your brothers and sisters in your camps and assemblies.
Right.
Not just the men, not just the women, but the children also. And it gives the children and the women and the men places that they can turn to. You know, a brother can say, hey, man, I got an unruly wife, man, and she doing X, Y, and Z. All right, well, let's set your family up for counseling, right? So we can ask probing questions, so we can find out what's going on inside your home. Why? Because we care, right? And then the children can have other children that they could be around, and also other strong men and women that they might look to if something like that is going on in their home, that they could more easily and more comfortably sound the trumpet to their situation based upon the fellowship in which they are part of. Isolation prevents you from doing that.
Right.
Isolation is the enemy. The Most High never intended for the children of Israel to be isolated from one another. That's not the spirit of Christ.
The strength is in the fellowship. Because within the fellowship, we have what we should have, and we do have, is accountability.
Accountability.
And what are we accountable to? The Lord's statutes, commandments of the Bible. Above all, no man, no woman is above the law. If you find yourself within a congregation that's operating like that, it's in your best interest to report that congregation if they're operating like that. I'm not accusing anybody of operating in that manner, but I'm just saying that to deal with these type of problems, we have to have transparency between these camps, between these organizations. That's the key, transparency. So if there's something wrong being done, we can shine a light on it, so that light will put focus on what's being done wrong, and then the wisdom of Yahwahshi HaMashiac can correct it through the scriptures and through strong-minded men.
Elder, right? Check this out. The things you heard about camps, how'd you hear about it? If it wasn't something that hit the fan and was exposed, right?
Some major topic had to be brought forth, so everybody could chime in on it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it was determined whether that topic had validity or it had no validity whatsoever. I yield.
All right. I don't know how much time you brothers have, and sometimes I tend to regret. Do you brothers want to allow the people to call in? I don't have a lot of time. Actually, just so y'all, I told Jeremiah, I didn't get a chance to tell y'all, I got actually 2 conference calls I have to be on. So I'm actually on a conference call. That's why y'all see me coming in and out the live stream. I'm on a conference call. But I want y'all brothers to go in because what I'm doing has nothing to do with what y'all talking about. So do y'all want to allow people to call in? Because I can give them a number. And as I always tell people, if they agree to allow people to call in, if you call in being disrespectful, I'm hanging up on you. No mercy. All right. So do you brothers want to allow the community to call in and ask you brothers any questions related to the topic? Then I'll be free. I'll go ahead and give them the number.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. All right, family. So I'm going to put the number in the chat right now. The phone number to call in is the same as it was yesterday. It's 908-444-6020. That's the call-in number. All right. 908-444-6020. You can call in. Make sure you call it. Your call is related to the topic, and make sure you're respectful, or I am hanging up on you. Simple as that. All right. That's the calling number. There it is in the chat. 908-444-6020. Some of y'all sisters need to call in like that sister called in. Let's go. 908-444-6020 is the call-in number. All right.
Yeah, shout out to that sister too. You know, these are things that and topics that we don't discuss also in the families in the own households, right? So molestation is a plague on our people. You know, we don't talk about it. You know, so again, shout out to that sister.
You know, yeah. This is the time, brothers and sisters. You know, I get so many comments. I see so much on Facebook about everybody in Israel saying what leadership in Israel needs to do. Well, I got leadership on the line right now. I have Elder Nathaniel. I have Jeremiah. I have Brother Bam. These brothers are leaders in Israel right now. We was talking about this yesterday. Y'all constantly tell me what leaders in Israel need. Well, y'all need to do this, and you need to do that. Here we go. I got a call coming in. Here we go. All right, Maccabees TV. Please mute your thing in the back. All right, the person hung up. They hung up. Okay, no problem. Got a little scared. Don't be scared now. You don't have to be scared. Come on, call on in. Call on in. Y'all brothers want to see things. It doesn't. Okay, I want it to really be related to the topic, but anything that you want to see in Israel that you feel like leadership is not doing. Call in and talk to us about it. This is the time. Heavenly, call it again. I don't know what happened with that call. Call in again. You said you just called. Call in again. I got you.
Yeah, man. I was talking with a brother yesterday about street teaching protocol, right? So what brothers don't understand or realize is that this falls underneath the operation of the gates, right? Where we are fundamentally trying to first, make ourselves familiar with one another and then bring brothers together so we can have these particular talks about protocol while street teaching. Also, we're trying to create leadership conferences where brothers might be. You might be in a city by yourself, and you might just now be starting a camp. You got 3 or 4 brothers. You got 4 or 5 brothers that's standing with you, and you're being thrust into the leadership position. We want to talk to you, right? Because we want to help you, right? And use brothers who have wisdoms, who have been in the truth 15 years, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years in this truth, that we can help you cultivate your fellowship, your gathering, or your camp in any city that you may be in. So it's in our hearts to work and build things up. Again, brothers and sisters, street teaching and all that, that's going to come to an end very soon.
Right.
That's going to come to an end very soon. And you missed out on your opportunity to make an impact in that arena, in that time. People are going to be looking back 20 years from now, looking back and say, hey, man, you remember when the brothers used to be out on the streets? You understand?
One second. I don't mean to cut your wisdom. Shalom, Maccabees TV. Say your name and where you calling from, please.
Hi, this is Sister Shalom, and Shalom, everyone.
Hey, Shalom, sister.
Shalom.
Thanks for calling in, sister. Go ahead. The floor is yours. Speak your mind.
Oh, okay, great. No, I just wanted to state that last year, this almost happened to me as well, as far as the abduction thing. I was in Brooklyn, New York, dropping off my cousin. Granted, it was late at night, and I had parked because I was texting someone. So I didn't want to text and drive. So I parked between two other parked cars. Now, someone was honking their horn behind me, and I really couldn't see because they had the lights really bright, and I was not about to get out. It was about 12:30 at night. I was not going to get out my car to see what they were honking at. In any event, they drove off the first time. They circled around, which is what I didn't know. They came back around me, and they were to my right, and it was a white van. Then it was a black guy to my left. So now I'm looking up, and he's telling me to pull down my window and show ID. Now, he didn't look like a police officer, and even if he did, I'm not pulling down my window. So I said, you show me your ID. He certainly didn't. And then for some strange reason, I didn't know the white van was next to me. So when I look to my right, I see the white van, and I turn back around to look to my left, and I see him there. Now, mind you, I'm in a small little car. So the cars, I didn't know how to get out. I had to make a plan like really fast. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to honk the horn. I have an iPhone, so there's like a button that you press to just automatically send to the police. So that was my next move. I usually carry pepper spray and a knife. So my thinking is, okay, I'm gonna have to fight these people off. I don't know what happened. Thank you. It was the Most High, because when I looked again, the guy said, never mind. And by the time I turned around to see the white van, they had pulled off. I couldn't get the license plate. I couldn't take any pictures, but I was really shook up. I'm just saying, like, really be careful. This is real out here. These people are snatching you up, your grandparents, your children, mothers, single women. I was by myself at the time. And, you know, yeah, it can happen at any time, but be mindful that late at night, these are situations where you don't want to put yourself in. You know, you don't want to put yourself in these type of predicaments. And so that's where I would definitely be very careful and watch your surroundings.
All praises, Sister Wall. All praises that the Most High
all praises.
protected you. Go ahead, Elder Nathaniel.
Hey, yeah,
I was just go ahead. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Yeah, appreciate it, Elder. I always want to ask the sister a question before she go. How important do you think it is for brothers to be more involved in their women's lives in regards to their travel and their movements, and not necessarily restricting them, but creating preventive measures? What would you as a woman say to another sister who might think that would be like a controlling spirit from a husband? How would you weigh out the two?
Very good question. I would definitely let them know that it's not a control thing at all. This is something that needs to be done. It is warranted, absolutely warranted. I personally, after this happened to me, I called everyone I knew, including cousins and brothers in this culture. I called everyone I knew to inform them what had happened to me, and people were so worried. Now they're calling me like, "Where are you? What's going on? What's this? What's that?" Yes, it's very, very. It's imperative that you let your husbands, your fathers, cousins, brothers, including sisters as well, know your whereabouts. It is very important. It is not a control thing. It is not a control issue. If I may state this, in other cultures, other religions, I used to be Muslim. This was a thing where we had to let our, people know where we were going. As far as late at night, we couldn't, it was told to us not to be late at night without our husbands in the Muslim community by ourselves. We should not be outside at 9, 10 o'clock by ourselves unless we were with our husbands or our sons, our older sons, things of that nature. This is when I was Muslim back in the day, and this is how we rolled. So I think it's very imperative that this be warranted in the Islam Hebraic community as well. Yeah, definitely. And sisters, please be aware that it is not a control issue. It is protection. It is a protective issue.
Right.
Yeah. preventative issue as well. One of the brothers stated that before. You repeated that before, that it is preventative. It's preventative and it is protective. So yes, definitely warranted in this culture as well.
Thank you so much, sister. Anybody want, before she goes, anybody else want to say anything towards the sister?
The water for the sister for bringing that information out. So all sisters that are on the line, okay, and I know this call will probably be rebroadcast. This is coming from a sister's perspective of how to deal with this situation, okay? This isn't a man's perspective, but this is also a sister's perspective of how to deal with this terrible situation, okay? The water again, sister. And I just want to say this.
A lot for having me.
All right. I just want to say this. This goes into us as men being organized within our fellowships. Okay.
Elder Nathaniel, sorry to cut you. I'm gonna cut you brothers every now and then because people are calling in. So
all right, go ahead.
I want to allow the people to get a chance. They all want to speak to y'all, so I want to give the people a chance to be able to speak to y'all, brothers.
All right, go ahead.
1 second.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second.
All right.
1 second. Hey, Sister Deborah, you said you called. I apologize. It's a 908 number. 908 number. I'm gonna put the number in again. Sister Deborah, you said you called. I want you to call in again. It's a 908 number. There it is, Sister Deborah. Call in again. All right. I apologize. Some of y'all are calling in. I apologize. I'm still new to this whole calling thing. I really apologize. A lot of y'all are calling in, and I'm hanging up on y'all.
Hey, you expanded though, man. You having some growth here. That's wonderful.
Yeah. I'm banging on them, and they're like, "Yo, what are you doing? Wait a minute. 1 second, y'all. Oh, you know what? Oh, snap. Yo, y'all, I'm off. No wonder y'all saying y'all calling in and y'all can't get in. I put the wrong number in the chat. Oh, snap. All right.
Yo, Yahweh, you going on?
I am off, right?
Man. Get growth and you can't even enjoy the growth. You can't let them call in.
Sorry. Maccabees TV. Wait, what's your name? Where you calling from? I'm sorry, y'all.
My name is. I'm sending you.
Go ahead, sis. What's your name? Where you calling from? Can you hear me? Sis, hello? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I muted everything. Can you hear me?
I can hear you absolutely loud and clear. I apologize, sister. What is your name and where you calling from?
Okay, my name is Tasha. I'm coming from Indiana/Chicago.
Okay.
So I was glad that I came upon this. It made me think about sometimes when I'm driving there at nighttime. That is, sometimes there are people who turn their brights on real bright while I'm driving purposely, and to me, it's just making me more aware. I didn't think of it before, so now I'm going to try to think about that. Maybe they're following me, or I know they're doing it intentional, but it's just something. Just gives me something to think about. What you guys are talking about.
Consist. No problem.
That's exactly why we're doing that. The water sister. I'm sorry. You were going to say?
Yeah, I also wanted to add something else. A couple of years ago, I was just in a really terrible place in my life with me and my son. I'm 46 years old. I'm about to be 46. Just a lot of abuse from my family members, blood family members. My husband and all of those things. So I used to pray just to be alone. Just pray to get, a place for myself, for me and my son. So that has come about. But now that we're here, we're alone. Now I'm praying that, I can have someone around us. Because I am scared because of the things that are happening. So I was just wondering, any advice or any prayer or anything that you guys can offer?
Let me ask you this, sister. Are you fellowshipping with anybody right now in your city?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know who.
I just look at YouTube basically.
What city are you at?
What area? No, I'm like Chicago. I'm like on the borderline. I'm from Chicago, but I'm in Indiana, so I'm like
Gary?
From Chicago. So yeah, basically Chicago.
All right.
Well,
but I'm saying you're in Gary, Indiana, not too far from.
We have many brothers in Chicago. Daniela, if it's okay with you, sister, if he takes your number down, and there's a few fellowships in Chicago that we can link you in with. I would encourage you to get involved with a body, an assembly or a camp that's operating there, and we can point you out a few different camps and assemblies that's out there, and get involved in those camps and assemblies. And these brothers, this assembly and camps would net you brothers and strong sisters that you can be around, and that can also help you spiritually with your spiritual growth.
So, sister, what I want you to do, if I could, real quick, Salaki, I'm gonna let y'all come in. Sister, what I want you to do, can you email me at MaccabeesTV@gmail.com, just like the channel, MaccabeesTV@gmail.com. You give me your phone number. I don't want you to say your personal phone number over the phone, obviously, where everybody can hear it, because there's going to be thousands of people that's going to see this. But you email me, and I will talk with the brothers, and we'll try to get you with some brothers and sisters that's in your area so that you can feel more comfortable, all right? Those of y'all that are calling in, I promise, once she's off the phone, y'all can call in. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to cut the sister off when she's done. I'll answer the next call. But go ahead, sister. Sorry. Nathaniel, you going to say something or no?
No, I mean, that's the key. That's the part of the Gates Council, organizing the assemblies and camps within these cities to deal with these sisters, single parenting, okay, these families that don't necessarily have a fellowship to come and connect with, okay? That's fellowshipping in the spirit of Yahwahshi HaMashiac, and that's fellowshipping within the spirit of the Torah, moral, civil, and dietary letters found in the Bible. Okay, that is the basic foundation, all right? And then with the strength of that fellowship, the men and the sisters can help this sister and other sisters in other cities organize their lives according to the word of the Heavenly Father. And that's the goal and hope. I yield.
Yeah, man, and listen,
Chocolate City Girl, put your area code in the chat. This is your area code, not your whole phone number, your area code. I'll call you back, all right? Because I see you said you're calling. I'm sorry, but I didn't want to cut the sister off. Go ahead. Whoever was talking, go ahead.
Yeah, and I want you to understand that we're going to be working with these assemblies and camps that, encouraging brothers to check in on these single parents, whether it be male or female. Check in on these single parents, find out how they's going on, anything that's needed as far as food, security, clothing. Like all these things are important to us, and we're creating systems that we can help no matter where you are in America.
Khan, I wanted to land me back on that, is that a government is more than just street teaching. A government deals with departments, okay? As these departments get organized, these resources can be spread out to the different assemblies within the different gates. And that's how a nation grows and develops and protects each other. The purpose of the summits is to create this safety net. The purpose of this call is to make aware of a pertinent issue, because we got many issues, as you know, but this pertinent issue and how we can create a safety net for our women and children and men alike. I yield.
All right, sister. Please do not forget to email me. I'm waiting for that email from you. All right, I'm gonna let you go because I got a bunch of people saying that they're calling in. But I'll give you the last word if you want, sister. Go ahead.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I love you all, and thank you so much. I will be emailing.
All right, thank you so much, sister. Be safe.
Right, shalom.
Shalom. Bye-bye.
Much love to you, sister. Shalom.
All right, so I got a sister that's been she's one of my moderators. She's been calling in, so I'm gonna call her back.
What, Chocolate City?
Yeah. She's one of my moderators. Sister.
Shalom. This is Chocolate City Girl.
Yes, sir. We already know.
I want to let you guys know, like 4 years ago, my daughter and I, we were coming from my mother's house, and we were driving on a back road,
pretty good lights, but some not good. And we were getting ready to turn on my street. And there was a truck, a black truck, Dodge Durango, black tinted, engine running, lights on. But what they did, they hid themselves in the shadow of a tree. See, we have to be aware of things that are not moving.
Right.
It wasn't moving, but the engine was on and everything. Now, to mind you, my daughter takes that street to come home every night from work. But this night, she wasn't by herself. It was me with her. So I told my daughter at the light, I said, don't you see something? What is that?
That's me. I'm sorry, sis. I got people calling me on Facebook. Don't ask me why. Okay, that's the end of that. That's the end of that. Wait a minute, what is that?
Okay.
Sorry, sis. Go ahead.
Okay. I told her, I said, do you see that? And I say, the truck, the big black Dodge Durango just sitting there with this engine up and ready to go. And I said, I don't have a good feeling about this. I said, so what I'm going to do when I turn in, I'm going to speed really, really fast and get into the apartment complex. When I did that and I killed the lights very quickly, they were coming in. And they drove right back behind me and my daughter. And I think they thought she was by herself. So they had to have been watching her for a while.
I'm sorry. I do not know how to stop that. So y'all got to forgive me. I'm new to this.
All right, we can work with it.
I know, but I'm throwing her off because she keeps stopping. Like, yo, what is that? I don't know how to fix this. I'm sorry. Just keep going.
Elder, do you have Facebook open?
No, I just closed it.
So what happens when situations come like that and you're not being aware of what's going on? The first thing we women do, we panic. And you can't do that because when you panic, you forget everything that's going on. You forget 911. You forget everything. And we're in our parking lot where we live, and it was more than one. I seen one with a scully on. He was a black guy, and the driver looked like he was Hispanic or he could have been white because his skin complexion was pale. And whoever they had in the back, it could have been like 6 of them. I don't know. But they did wind up leaving really slow, very slow. So the next day, I was standing outside the balcony. The same truck came in. Now, this is me being serious now. Now I'm not nervous. I am serious because I feel like you're trying to snap the light, my daughter's light out of my hand. So I became serious. So I go and I jump in the car and I drive around to the other side. And I saw the truck. I drive on the passenger side.
Hey, sister, Salaki. Hey, sister. Sorry. 1 second. Family, I know y'all are calling in. I'm sorry. But, like, I don't want to throw the sister off. If y'all could stop calling for 1 second, I'll tell y'all when to start calling in again because when you're calling in, it's kind of cutting her out. We want to hear what she's saying. If y'all could just hold on from calling for 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm still new to this. Forgive me. All right, just hold on from calling for 1 second so we can hear the sister. Go ahead, sister. Sorry.
I'm not asking women to do what I did. But at that moment, I was serious. And I wanted to take out anything that I saw in that car, in that Dodge Durango. So I looked to the left and looked to the right on the driver's side. I backed up. I took the tag number of the truck. And when I was doing that, I had a feeling somebody was watching me. So I looked up. The same guy that I saw in the truck was looking down in the car at me. And when I went into the apartment complex office, the cop that I know, he was there, and I told him the situation. And the first thing he came out of his mouth and said, it wasn't going to be good for you and her. So it was good you guys stayed in the car. So if you find yourself in that situation, never get out of your car. Don't talk to those people. Don't talk to them. Don't do that naughty. I had a habit when I moved in this part of town, getting out at 2, 3 in the morning, going to Walmart. But I stopped that. That's dangerous. So I'm saying that to say this. We have to be aware of our surroundings at all times. We have to make this like second nature to us.
Right.
Especially even single women with children, even single women that living by themselves. So that's all I want to say. I just want my sisters to be aware. But before I leave, I go to a school and I told them the situation that happened. Only 2 people reached out, but no one never came to my home to comfort me. No one was there. And that's sad because you know me. But you didn't have, even the sisters, you guys didn't have time to check on me. You didn't have time to come out your way to come to my house to visit me and my daughter. No, we didn't get none of that. And that's the sad part, but it's the truth. It's the truth.
Sister.
Regardless of doctrine.
Okay, sister, if you don't mind, if you could email Danya Allah at Maccabees TV, was that .gmail?
Yeah, Maccabees TV at Gmail.
Give the through the email, please give the details of this congregation, et cetera, and we'll go from there.
Okay, I'll do that. And thank you for you guys' time and your great work. It's really appreciated.
Thank you, sister. It's always love, man. We love you. Take care, all right?
Shalom, sis.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shalom.
Call from.
All right, take another call.
Maccabees TV, this is Priest Daniela. What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Brother Malachi Daniela checking in, Bronx, New York.
You already know, brother. Shalom to you, brother. I got the elders on the phone. I got the brothers from the Marshara on the phone. Talk to me. What can we do for you today?
Okay, first of all, Shalom, Yahweh
Shabbat.
Yes, sir. And what I'm going to say is this here. What we're dealing with here is a deliberate act of war by forces out here in the spirit of Ephesians 6 and 11. We're dealing with some demonic forces out here. What we're looking at right now is the same retread of what happened in the Atlanta child murders, which is now still kicking up dust now. Back then we found out by way of a brother who's been unfairly called Uncle Tom, Roy Ennis. It was Roy Ennis who bought the entire specter of, you had the Ku Klux Klan and other hate groups that were snatching up our children. To this day, we got Wayne Williams paying the price for that. But still, when Roy Ennis was bringing all this out, 2 of his sons were murdered because he didn't want to back up off this story. So now, what forces out here snatching our women? We got to take a real good look at this, gentlemen. And I'm not going to sit up here in front and pretend that I don't understand that you got the posse comitatus, the white wolves, and all kind of other white subversive groups out here on a rampage. And ever since Donald Trump came into presidency, these things have now quadrupled. And I'm going to sit and take it. And I know there's forces out there listening. But when you see men of other nations attacking your women and your children, that's a straight up call for war, outright warfare. And when you see the federal government is sitting on their behinds, not investigating this. Because see, when Roy Ennis was bringing out what happened in Atlanta, that it would be impossible for Wayne Williams to be the lone perpetrator when you have people coming forward saying they had saw caravans of white men in their neighborhoods before those kids disappeared and were found dead later. Now, if we're seeing white vans or whatever vehicle in these black neighborhoods, and our women are being snatched up left, right, and center, and the government's not doing anything about it, then it's obvious to me, I don't have direct proof, but it's obvious to me the government knows what's up. I'm going to just, head on out. But Daniel, shalom, brother.
Hey, man. No, we're not letting you off that easy, brother. You off as hell. Nathaniel knows who you are. He probably doesn't recognize the name right now, but me and Nathaniel, we know who you are, brother. And you act like you don't got nobody's number, Malachi. You off as hell. I'm gonna get you. Wait till I see you, brother. I'm gonna get you, man. You back at World West with us, brother. I'm gonna get you. I had to think for a second. I said, "Oh, you a funny dude, man." Yo, inbox me. Inbox me.
I'm gonna give it back to you. I'm gonna give it back to you in the modern words of the lawyer. Daniel, you off.
I am off. Hey man, I'm just trying to get it. Hey man, I'm trying to get it together too, bro. I'm trying to get it together too, man. You heard? But listen, man, inbox me, stop playing. I ain't see you, man, in like at least 2-3 years, and I'm not happy about it.
We're gonna work it out. Look, we're gonna work it out. But let me just say this to all my aquas out there, and you brothers as well. First of all, for my practicing Israelite brothers and sisters, we all have to get it together because Ephesians 6:11 is now in full swing. These spirits and these forces are not playing. We're in the birth pains of what the Most High said was coming. So we can't, if we don't understand what we're dealing with. And for all you non-practicing Israelites that are listening to this broadcast, it will behoove you to get yourself in order with the Lord, with Christ, because now more than ever, we're going to have to fight. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, these outbreaks of wars that are going on all across the nation, with Iran in particular, that's only a prelude of the civil war and the race war that's going to jump in. We don't have to pretend that we can't see it coming.
That's right.
And in the fact that now the last 24 hours, we done seen 72 earthquakes erupt, and here it is in Matthew 24. What did Christ tell us in Matthew 24? That when you see earthquakes in diverse places, all these different fires, and all these, and the uproar of the people, then know I am near. This can't go on like this, man. We're under attack. Call it what it is. But with that being said, like I said, there are other people who want to get on this conversation. I thank you for your time, gentlemen. Y'all be safe out here. We gonna talk.
Inbox me. Stop playing with me. Sure. Listen, all right, family. This is what I want, y'all brothers. Bam, Nathaniel, Jeremiah. I want y'all to look at the chat. Israel, we have 3 representatives of the Marshara Yasharhala. All these brothers are elders and various elders in their own way. Y'all always are telling me what Israel needs to do. I'm sick of it. We have them right here. Do y'all want to see these brothers come back to Maccabees TV on a regular basis where you guys can call in and you can speak to the brothers and they'll take your questions, they'll take your concerns, and they will speak to it, and we'll try to do better, Israel. If y'all want to see that, put 1 in the chat. You want me to bring these brothers back? I want to see 1s in the chat. Let's go. Put the 1s in the chat and let me know that you were edified with what the brothers did, and you want the brothers to come back on, and they will come back on and answer your questions. I can't keep them all night, family. I gotta let them go. But I'm sure if you brothers show love, you brothers and sisters show love, they'll be back. I'm seeing the 1s. Y'all seeing the 1s?
No, I can't see anything.
Right. It'll come up shortly. Okay, Nathaniel, you can't see, but y'all can see it. Bam, you can see it?
Can't.
All right, so the family is saying they want you brothers back on the channel. All praises to the Most High. That means that y'all were edified by, okay, so I need some different numbers, right? I need some different numbers now, so I'm going to give y'all a different number. If you were edified by what the brothers brought out, listen to me now carefully. If you were edified by what these elders brought out, I want y'all to put 5 in the chat. Put the number 5 in the chat and let them know that what they brought out today was edified and it didn't fall out on deaf ears. Put 5 in the chat if you were edified and helped by what the brothers brought out. There we go. Somebody put like 10 5s in there. There you go. All praises to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. So these elders will definitely be back on Maccabees TV, hopefully. So with that being said, I want to go around the room one last time, and I want you brothers to bring out anything else that you brothers want to bring out, and I want to let y'all go so y'all can enjoy the rest of y'all day. Your brother Daniel, I got to get up at 3 a.m. in the morning, so that's kind of why I'm cutting this short. And I got another conference call to be on too. So, Bam, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah,
anything else you want to bring out?
Yeah, Khan, just peace to the family, the water Daniel for the opportunity. Again, family, this is awareness. This is helping us gathering together on an issue of our nation, like the brother was bringing out, you know, and there are measures that we could do to protect our family members. Now, I'm gonna use the scripture. I'm gonna close out with this scripture because, again, it's up to us, right? It's not us sitting back and doing nothing. We need to do something. So this is the book of Judith, chapter 8 and verse 24. So this is the book of Judas, chapter 8 and verse 24. And it reads, "Now therefore, O brethren, let us show an example to our brethren, because their hearts departed from us, and the sanctuary and the house and the altar rest upon us. Moreover, let us give thanks to the Lord our God, which trieth us, even he did our fathers." So with that, we're going to say shalom. I yield the floor.
All praise to the Most High. All right, Jeremiah.
Yeah, man, I just want to say, man, all praise and glory to Abba Yahweh HaMashiac Yahweh, man. It's a pleasure and honor to be on, man. Brothers and sisters are in the building, very active, man, and it just uplifts our spirit to get that support from you all. We had to address a few naysayers and a few spirits in the room, and I hope brothers and sisters understand that it's coming from a place of love, place of unity, a place of excuse me, of us coming back together and men standing up. Remember, King David told his son what? Remember, ye are a man. You understand? And that's what we have to do. We have to remember we are men and we have a responsibility to our community. One thing I want to say real quick, right? So here's a book I would encourage all you sisters, all you brothers and sisters to get this book, right? I don't know if you can see that. Let me see here. I don't know if you can see this.
There you go. Yeah, Khan.
Yeah, so this book is called Cruel Hoax by Henry Madcow. I wanted to go into this book. So the next time we come on, I want us to go into this book. It's by Henry Madcow. It's called Cruel Hoax. It's called Feminism and the New World Order. A lot of people, when they see stuff that say New World Order, oh, that's another conspiracy book, this and the third. This dude, Henry Madcow, is a so-called Jewish man, and he is a whistleblower on the feminist movement, right? The feminist movement was created to destroy the family structure, right? And he goes on to talk about pornography, how it entered into the minds of men. You don't need to be married to have sex, and it's all about separating the man from the woman. Even these wars, these are unnecessary wars, the wars that we have had, and they were not used for, you know, whatever monetary gain. It was also used to separate, to uplift the woman out of the house, to uplift the man out of the house, and so they can take the minds of the children by sending your child to school 8 hours a day. It wasn't like this back in the 20s, man. You understand? And so we have to understand what game is being played against us. So I want to be able to go off into this and understanding the feminist movement and what was its true purposes and how it was orchestrated by the CIA and other certain governmental companies that was used to control the peoples of America, man. So I want to dive off into this information. It's a wealth of information. And in this book, I have to read this. This is from Henry Madcow out of his own lips. I didn't say it, he said it. All right. So he says here, Henry Madcow, right? He says, hold up, let me get it real quick and then I'll yield the floor, right? He says, apparently in 79 BC, where there was a civil war and the Pharisees were victorious. They proclaimed the superiority of the Babylonian Talmud over the Torah. The first 5 books of the Old Testament. Then he goes on to say the Talmud teaches that the Jews are chosen by God to lead mankind. Listen good, family. And practice this makes them God and give them the right to reframe reality. It has made them Luciferian. In the words of Harold Rosenthal, most Jews do not like to admit it, but our God is Lucifer.
Wow.
Con.
Notice he said our, because he's a Jew. Henry Madcap.
Right.
Our God is Lucifer. And
Through the
we
Talmud.
are his chosen. Lucifer is very much alive. This is out of Cruel Hoax, and it goes in depth, man. I encourage you, brothers and sisters, especially you sisters, go get this book. Why? Because it goes into feminism and all that old independent spirit. I'm an independent woman. All of that comes from a CIA manifolds to destroy the family structure, to remove the man out of the house. All right.
So
and to land me back on what the brother said, what you want to say, Daniela?
Real quick, I'm gonna bring you in right now. So
Okay.
family, I want to thank y'all for joining us on Maccabees TV today. This is a very important topic, and I want to end off with an elder, which is Elder Nathaniel Allah, Elder Judge Nathaniel Allah. And the reason why, before I let him speak, I'm speaking is because a lot of you brothers and sisters know that I'm going on my 30th year in Israel almost. And Nathaniel is my elder, meaning Nathaniel has been in the truth longer than me, right? When I came into the truth and I was a freaking trooper and a soldier, he was already a general, right? He didn't ask me for this introduction. I'm just telling y'all, because a lot of y'all always ask me, about this, that, and the third, about the old school. This is one of my elders that I respect highly. And y'all always give me kudos and praise for still holding on all this time. His brother was in before me. So I think there's no better way than for us to end it with this elder to go ahead and just end the show. And you're going to have the last word, brother. So with that being said, go ahead, man.
Dewada, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahwahshi HaMashiac. Great show. More to come. But we have to understand that this is a battle. We are at war, all right, for our minds, bodies, and souls, okay? To land me back on what the brother was saying, Jeremiah, Gloria Steinman was the CIA agent, the operative, that was instrumental with bringing feminism to the black woman.
That's right.
Okay? Started that whole program back in the 60s to separate the man from the woman, which was the power base of the 60s movement. Men and women were together. So what we're doing today is to bring men and women back together.
That's right.
Back to the strength of family, which is what nation is the foundation of. All right. The enemy knows that. So he's doing everything in his power to destroy that. With that being said, the other thing we have to be aware of is this whole transgender agenda that's being pushed now by this administration that was brought into tuition by the Obama administration, which segues into what now is happening. There is a bill that has been pushed through the Senate unawares for the general public. It's called the Equality Bill. Look it up. This so-called Equality Bill, let me put it in context. When you have white women who are lesbians openly opposed to this bill, you need to question what exactly is in this bill.
Right.
This bill is 300 pages, and basically what it segues into is that the so-called white man is now saying that if it's in his will to do something, he has the authority to do it. Okay? So in other words, if he wants to go into a bathroom stall and rape a little child, he can do so. If he wants to go around wearing, so humanity and Judeo-Christian principles are being eradicated, burnt to the ground. Okay, I don't know. Listen, he's making this law. Okay, and so-called land me back at what you said, Jeremiah, from the author of that book. This Jewish super PAC financed the bill. In other words, they paid slush money, like almost $500,000, to get this bill passed through Congress. So this bill is basically saying that Satan is no longer hiding in the closet. It's all systems go. Whatever I feel like doing, I can do it, and I'm mandated by law. All right. So it's no longer the gorilla in the room that's satisfied with being in the room unattended to. He's ready to push you out the room by any means necessary. So with that being said, I encourage all brothers and sisters that if you're not with a fellowship, email Priest Daniela at Maccabees TV. Excuse me, Maccabees TV .gmail.com. Give him your information, and he can and where you're at, and we can find you a fellowship to be a part of. Especially you sisters. That's your mandate. Okay, we can do all this talking and pseudo organized, but it won't happen till people get up and go to these assemblies and become part of it. And when brothers get up and start playing their role as men within that organization. Okay, I'm not gonna say too much more about that, but this is a great platform. Shout out to you, Daniela, doing your thing as always. And we're pressing forward. You want to know what the nation's doing? This is what the nation's trying to do. But nation can't do no more than what the people are willing to do. Okay?
That's right.
So you have to get involved. Back to you, Daniela.
All right, man. So I want to thank each one of you brothers for your personal time that you took away from your family on your personal days to come on here and give these brothers and sisters this information. Brother Bam, salute to you for the inspiration that the Most High gave you. It's such an important topic, and I definitely see the sisters were engaged. Everybody that tried to call in that I wasn't able to take your call, I'm sorry. I'm new to this. First of all, I gave y'all a wrong phone number, so I'm off. Y'all can rebuke me. I'm off. I'm off. Had the wrong number in chat for a minute. I was wondering why the phone wasn't ringing. I'm like, why is the phone not ringing? I gave y'all the wrong phone number. Listen, thank you everybody that called in. If you don't get a chance to call in now, you'll get a chance to call in next show. Maccabees TV, like the channel, at gmail.com, Maccabees TV at gmail.com. Email me with any of your concerns, whatever like that. I will pass it forward to the elders, to the Marshara, etc., etc. Thank everybody for supporting the channel. Thank everybody for watching. And we will definitely have these elders back. Y'all said y'all want them back, so we're going to talk behind the scenes, and we're going to have them back. With that being said, hey, the Israelite Summit is February 6th through the 9th, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. February 6th through 9th, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It is being hosted by the Light of Zion in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. If you don't have the information, if you want to know the information, email me. Maccabees TV, gmail.com. I love y'all. Shout out to everybody that's on Facebook that's watching this in the Maccabees TV group on Facebook. Jeremiah, you got the last word, brother. You got your hand up. Go.
Hey, listen, man. I'm a part of MYMG, Marshara Yasharhala music group, right? There will be a concert at the summit in Florida, all right? And there's also another concert coming up in Oklahoma City called Royal DNA, right? Which will be hosted by myself and Zahad Savaya, right? NYMG will be hosting this event. And we encourage you all to come out. If you're not familiar with who we are, you can find us on Facebook at HORS Yacob, RMYMG on Facebook. Message us, and we'll get you the information. A lot of great artists coming out, such as Yasharahla, Deacon Akkad, Sister Zamira, right? Sister Lala Music will be there, right? And NYMG will be in the building, man. So listen, stay encouraged. We're doing this for you. A great venue, a great event. And we got a special guest coming all the way from New York. So come on in, family.
Hey, somebody asked me earlier if Jeremiah is still eating with the lions. I'm going to go ahead and speak for him and say yes. Somebody said that earlier. Yeah, he's still eating with the lions, man. No doubt. Right. Hey, family, we love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting. And if you haven't hit the like button after being on here with us for almost 2.5 hours, you are off. Repent, believe the gospel, hit that damn like button. That's right. And we're going to be back real soon with these elders. I say.
Right. 89 people on here, 5 likes. Come on, family. Come on, family.